Do this in memory of me. We all know what it's about, right? Please nod your head. Thank you. We hear these words every single time we come to Mass. Every single time you come to a Catholic church, you hear the priest say, "Do this in memory of me." So the question I have for all of us tonight is, what is this? What are we supposed to do in memory of Jesus? Now, if you are a good Catholic, you should say, well, duh, communion, right? So none of you is good Catholic. You didn't say that. Duh, Eucharist, Holy Mass, right? That's why we do this in memory of Jesus. But as you are listening to the Gospel passage from St. John, was Jesus taking bread and wine, blessing and giving them to eat? Nope. You can read the entire Gospel of St. John, and you will not find bread and wine at the Last Supper. Jaw drop. There is not a single mention about bread and wine in the Gospel of St. John. Now, we have 4 Gospels, right? Mark, Luke, Matthew, and John. And John is the latest or the youngest of the Gospels. And Mark was the first one, and Luke and Matthew, and John was the last to write the account of the story of Jesus. And surprisingly, in John's Gospel, there are many chapters about the Last Supper. In these multiple chapters, Jesus is not breaking the bread or sharing the cup with his disciples. Mark, Matthew, and Luke agree on bread and wine. To be precise, the first person to write about the bread and wine was St. Paul in today's first letter to the Corinthians. Long before Mark, Luke, or Matthew wrote their Gospels, Paul was busy writing. And Paul is the author of the words we use every single time at Mass. Do this in remembrance of me. But for the life of me, in the Gospel of St. John, there is no bread, there is no wine. So when I ask you the question, what is this that we are supposed to do? If you are a person who read only St. John's Gospel, you would say, we are supposed to wash each other's feet. This is what Jesus did to his disciples, and then he said, do this as I have done to you. Jaw drop number 2. There is a beautiful hymn that says, they will know we are Christians. You know it? They will know we are Christians by our communion, right? No. It says they will know we are Christians by our love. They will know we are Catholics by our communion. And if you go to communion every Sunday, there is a high chance you are a good Catholic. But they will know you are a Christian by your love. So every single time there is Mass, we know without thinking that do this in memory of me means eating the bread, drinking the cup. Once a year, we are reminded that it can mean something else. Once a year, we are reminded that it means wash each other's feet. And that is not always pleasant. That is not always easy. Especially if you are fighting with someone, disliking someone, having a hard day or quiet day with your spouse. Washing their feet can be quite challenging and much more difficult than going to communion. I don't know if you followed news today, but Pope Francis keeps surprising all of us. And he went, as his tradition is by now, to a prison in the suburbs of Rome to wash the feet of prisoners, to have Holy Thursday Mass like we do, and a part of the Mass was washing of the feet. There is one asterisk at this news update. It was a woman's prison. Nobody but women inside. All 12 people on the altar were women. Jaw drop number 3. The Pope, this evening, a few thousand miles away from here, for the first time in the history of the Roman Church, washed the feet exclusively of women. Not a single bishop, priest, or deacon, but 12 women sentenced to a time in prison. And the Pope was in his wheelchair. You know, he is not a spring chicken. In his wheelchair, washing the feet of these women. They will know we are Christians by our love. It's one of those days I feel good to be Catholic. You know, most of the time when you hear news about Catholic churches, oh my God, what now? Today I was literally excited and had tears in my eyes seeing the Pope in his wheelchair washing the feet of women. I know we are independent Catholic. I know we are not Roman anymore. But I think there is hope. I think if the Pope can show us the way forward, maybe all other Catholics will remember that in St. John's Gospel, do this in memory of Jesus means wash each other's feet. Love each other as I have loved you. Amen?
Amen.
Hay algunas personas que no entienden inglés. ¿Sí? Ay Dios. Si no puedo traducir, Padre Jaime me puede. Okay. Oh, Father, good. Hagan esto en conmemoración mía. Todos recordamos bien esas palabras, ¿sí? Durante cada misa escuchamos esas palabras. Hagan esto en conmemoración mía. Entonces mi pregunta esta noche es, ¿qué es esto? ¿De cuál esto Jesús está hablando? Típicamente pensamos que hablamos de pan y del vino, ¿sí? Hagan esto en conmemoración mía. Pan y vino. Pero en el Evangelio de hoy, en el Evangelio de San Juan, en el Evangelio sobre la última cena, San Juan no dice nada sobre pan y vino, ni ninguna palabra. Solamente en el Evangelio de Juan nos dice de Jesús que está lavando los pies de sus discípulos. No hay Eucaristía en la última cena de San Juan. Todos sabemos bien que hay 4 evangelios en la Biblia, ¿sí? Mateo, Marcos, Lucas y Juan. Y los 3 hablan de Eucaristía durante la última cena. Hablan de pan y hablan de vino. De pan, de cáliz y vino. Pero la última evangelio, el evangelio de San Juan, no hay ninguna palabra de pan y del cáliz. Nuestro Señor Jesucristo durante la última cena en el evangelio de San Juan está lavando los pies de sus discípulos. Y nos dice, ustedes también deben lavarse los pies unos a otros. Entonces, una vez cada año, recordamos que hagan esto en conmemoración mía, puede significar algo diferente. Una vez, este Jueves Santo, nos recuerdan las lecturas y la liturgia que hagan esto, que esto puede ser algo diferente que la comunión. Que esto es lavar los pies de su prójimo. Y no es siempre fácil, no es siempre con mucho placer, no es siempre fácil, pero ¿cómo se dice? ¿Existe esta canción en inglés también? They will know we are Christians. No existe. Hay una canción en idioma inglés y polaca también que dice they will know we are Christians. ¿Cómo traducir?
Sabrán que somos cristianos.
Sabrán que somos cristianos por nuestro amor, no por nuestra comunión, pero por nuestro amor. Sabrán que somos católicos por nuestra comunión, sí, claro. Pero sabrán que somos cristianos por nuestro amor. Y hoy, en las noticias de Italia, de Roma, hay algo muy espectacular sobre el Papa Francisco. Estaba visitando un cárcel, ¿sí? Un cárcel cerca de Roma, y estaba lavando los pies de personas que están allá. Solamente mujeres, y ningún hombre. Solamente hay 12 mujeres. Y el Papa Francisco lavó los pies de las mujeres. Entonces hay esperanza para la Iglesia Romana Católica. Hay esperanza para todos nosotros. Hoy, esta noche, estoy orgulloso de ser católico. Pero también estoy orgulloso de ser cristiano. que sabrán que somos cristianos por vuestro amor. Amén.
Sí, sabemos que la mujer es excluida en la iglesia romana, ¿verdad? Entonces el ejemplo que el Papa puso hoy, pues tiene mucho que decir, ¿verdad? Porque sí, las mujeres toman el papel muy importante en nuestras comunidades, no nomás esta, pero las romanas también. En los altares se ven puras mujeres, son lectoras, ministras de la comunión y todo, ¿verdad? Solo que sí, es un ejemplo que el Papa puso sobre las noticias hoy, la noticia social, que puras mujeres, porque las mujeres son una gran parte de la iglesia y es tiempo que las comiencen a dejar, que tomen un papel más importante, no nomás las usen para trabajos del altar, lectoras y tal cosa, porque sabemos que en la historia de Jesús las mujeres fueron las que lo soportaban, ¿verdad? Al principio, solo que sí, y ahorita las vamos a invitar. ¿Por qué no invitamos a 4 mujeres que pasen para el frente, para el lavatorio de pies, y los vamos a invitar a la comunidad que compartan el lavatorio de pies con su prójimo? So we'll invite 4 females that want to volunteer and come up here for the washing of the feet, and then we'll let everyone wash each other's feet so you can do what the model that Jesus exemplified in the gospel: wash each other's feet, love others.